also, I also do a thing which is an artist in residence program at schools, where I'll go in and I'll write with an entire grade in a like say a 5th grade. We'll go and 150 kids and I will collaborate on writing a song, which is
wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a little tricky at times, but we spend a week together and we talk about lyric and melody and what makes a good idea a great idea, and how do you complement it with instrumentation, and in the end we have a new song kind of thing.
Wow. So how did that all come about? How did you get the opportunity to do such a thing?
That I did about 10 years ago. I received the honor of being named the Connecticut State Troubadour, which Connecticut has a state troubadour. I bet you didn't know that. And I remember having dinner one time, and my brother was sitting where you are, and a waiter comes up and he says, "Do you realize that," to the waiter, he says, "Do you realize that this is the Connecticut State Troubadour?" So the waiter goes back to the bar and brings us our drinks, and he says, "Hey, if you ever stop me on the road, will you remember me?" And he had thought that I was a Connecticut State Trooper. Yeah. So as the Connecticut State Troubadour, the basic idea was that I kind of traveled around the state and did a lot of performance. I did not have to wear tights. There was no silk involved, no velvet, but I really enjoyed it because it got me basically from kind of the public coffee house place into a more of a teaching environment, oftentimes, public schools, libraries, places of that sort, and I do a lot of storytelling in my music, and it sits nicely in those places, and so I that kind of evolved into developing this artist in residence program that the state of Connecticut actually supports. So when I go into a school, the state of Connecticut Department of the Arts actually helps fund my program, in songwriting program in the school. So I do like 2, sometimes 3 of those a year.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a lot because it takes up a lot of my brain when I'm doing it. But that's about all I can handle is 2 or 3 a year. Right.